What's happening behind closed doors in one of the most secretive courtrooms in America? As cameras remain banned, we're left with whispers, scribbled notes, and cryptic gestures that hint at something much bigger. Today, Diddy's courtroom saga takes an unexpected turn. Let's start with what no one else is showing you. Two girls sitting in the public gallery flash Illuminati triangles. Toward Sean Diddy Combs. He nods, mouths "thank you," and places a hand over his chest, his usual gesture of gratitude toward friends and family. Every day, Diddy carries the same neon blue spiral notebook into the courtroom, the word truth stamped across the front in bold capital letters. What's written inside? No one knows, but things escalate fast. On May 14th, 2025, while Diddy stands trial in federal court, a woman known as Jane Doe files a civil lawsuit with deeply disturbing allegations. According to her, it all started in a Manhattan elevator. Diddy invited her to a party. A friendship bloomed, or so she thought. She describes being picked up by an SUV filled with too many bodyguards and feeling trapped. She says Diddy tried to kiss her, and each time she rejected his advances, he'd suddenly become charming again. Then came the last meeting, a party where he allegedly blew marijuana smoke into her and her friends' faces until they felt disoriented and weak. She says Diddy refused to take her home, instead driving to his apartment. There, she claims he dragged her to the bedroom, locked the door, grabbed her neck, and said, "I'm going to suck the life out of you." She says he exposed himself and described his private parts as resembling a large Tootsie Roll, calling it an itty-bitty ditty. The lawsuit alleges he then sexually assaulted her. That filing came just 2 days after opening arguments in his criminal trial. And Jane Doe isn't alone. Cassie, his former partner, filed and settled her lawsuit. Now, Don Richard is stepping forward too. What follows includes themes of domestic violence and sex trafficking. Quotes have been condensed. And remember, Combs is innocent until proven guilty. In the courtroom, audio is captured by hidden ceiling microphones. Real-time transcripts are available too. The legal teams, but not the public. What we can hear are the gasps, the tension, and the silence. On Fridays, the courtroom feels almost lighthearted. Officer Riz, the no-nonsense courtroom enforcer, keeps everything in line. No glass bottles, no whispering, no breaking his rules. There's a new attorney at the defense table, young, sharp, increasingly vocal. His name is Jason Driscoll, nicknamed Raspberry Air by the courtroom watchers. His role? Still unclear. But as Diddy fades deeper into the background, Driscoll steps forward. Even the courtroom's family section begins to empty, many returning to California for graduations. By now, it seems like everyone in the courtroom is sick. And then Don Richard walks in, wearing a perfectly tailored 3-piece suit and flanked by 4 attorneys. She looks either somber or ready for war. Combs reclines casually like a guest judge. On Shark Tank, the moment she's asked to identify him, she doesn't hesitate, points directly. The room freezes. Combs throws his hands up in mock surrender. Then comes the first question, MS. "Richard, how do you know Mr. Combs?" Her answer? Tied in contracts, in fame, in something far darker than music. What happens next might be the biggest testimony yet. Don Richard sits tall, steady, and direct. As the courtroom leans in, her testimony begins. She tells the jury how she met Sean Combs, back when dreams were sold in studios and contracts came wrapped in promises. From 2004 to 2011, she was part of his empire, first as a member of Donity Kane, then Diddy Dirty Money. She speaks of rehearsals that blurred into control, of meetings that twisted into manipulation. It wasn't just business, it was surveillance, intimidation, and fear masked as mentorship. Her words strike a nerve. She alleges that Combs monitored her every move, sent people to follow her, and created a culture where silence was survival. The courtroom listens, silent. At times, her voice shakes, but her eyes never leave him. She paints a picture of a man who, behind the scenes, wielded power like a weapon. Every confrontation left her feeling smaller. The lines between boss and predator blurred. Then comes a chilling detail. Don claims that Diddy used his influence to coerce artists, staff, and even friends. Loyalty was demanded. Dissent was punished. She alleges that she witnessed other women being mistreated, cornered, drugged, or broken down emotionally. Some tried to fight back. Others disappeared. She says this wasn't music industry chaos. It was systemic control. A pattern. A method. One story stands out. Dawn says a former artist once confided in her, breaking down after an encounter with Diddy that left her traumatized. The court's mood shifts. Jurors exchange glances. Dawn insists she stayed quiet for years out of fear. Fear of retaliation, of being blacklisted, of being sued, of being followed. Then she says what so many in the courtroom were waiting for. I am not the only one, and I won't be the last. The silence in the room now feels like thunder. Diddy looks away. His lawyers scribble notes. The judge nods. It's no longer just a testimony. It's a reckoning. As Dawn steps down, the courtroom exhales. One woman, one voice. And yet, it feels like hundreds spoke. The question is no longer if more voices will come forward, but when.